IT jokes. There was once a young man who, in his youth, professed his desire to become a great writer. When asked to define great, he said, "I want to write stuff that the whole world will read, stuff that people will react to on a truly emotional level, stuff that will make them scream, cry, howl in pain and anger." He now works for Microsoft, writing error messages. Little Johnny jokes. Little Johnny is constantly late for school, and what's worse is that he always has a big lie explaining why. The teacher tells the principal that she has had it with his exaggerations. The principal tells her to send Johnny to him the next time he shows up late. He will tell Johnny a lie so big that he will never tell another one. Ever. The next day, Johnny shows up 2 hours late. Johnny says, "I was 2 hours early today so I had time to fish in the pond on my way to school. I caught a 17-pound trout and had to take it home. If I didn't clean it and freeze it, my mom would have been angry. That's why I'm so late." The teacher promptly takes him to the principal's office and explains the story to the principal. The principal tells Johnny about his own trip to school that day. He says, "I was walking to school through the park on the trail today when I heard something behind me. I turned around and was shocked to see a giant grizzly bear behind me. He was 24 feet tall and had 6-inch fangs. He was going to eat me, Johnny." Just then a little dog ran out from the bushes, jumped up and attacked the bear. The little dog killed the bear and then ate the whole bear. Right there in front of me. What do you think of that, Johnny? Johnny replies, "Oh yeah, that's my dog Sparky. That's his third bear this week." Sex jokes. A married couple was walking down the street when an alien spacecraft landed in front of them. A married alien couple walked out and said, "Hello, Earthlings. We come in peace. We are scientists from the planet Grudox and we want you to tell us all about your planet." So they talked for hours, until they came to the subject of sex. The humans told the aliens how humans have sex and the aliens were in shock. It was very similar to the way the aliens did it. The men in the group decided to have a little experiment with switching wives for a night. When the human woman saw the alien man undress, she immediately laughed at his thing. The alien looked down and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot." And he hit his head twice and it grew at least 2 feet. The woman said, "Wow. That's impressive, but I could snap that thing if I wanted to." So the alien pulled his ears twice and it expanded. The two had the greatest sex of their lives. Next morning the human man came for his wife and asked, "How was it?" The wife replied, "Great." The man said, "Well, for some strange reason the alien woman kept jumping on me, pulling my ears and hitting me on the head, screaming, 'It's broken! It's broken!'" Little Johnny jokes. Little Johnny was crying one day, and his dad asked him why. "I've lost 5 cents, sobbed Johnny. "Don't worry," said his dad kindly. "Here's 5 more for you." At this Johnny howled louder than ever. "Now what is it?" asked his dad. "I wish I'd said I'd lost 10 cents. IT jokes. There was an engineer, manager and programmer driving down a steep mountain road. The brakes failed and the car careened down the road out of control. Half way down the driver managed to stop the car by running it against the embankment, narrowing, avoiding going over a cliff. They all got out, shaken by their narrow escape from death, but otherwise unharmed. The manager said to fix this problem, we need to organize a committee, have meetings, and through a process of continuous improvement, develop a solution. The engineer said no, that would take too long, and besides that method never worked before. I have my trusty pen knife here and will take apart the brake system, isolate the problem and correct it. The programmer said, I think you're both wrong. I think we should all push the car back up the hill and see if it happens again. Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris doesn't swim, water just likes him. Chuck Norris jokes. Dreams about Chuck Norris are in 4D. Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris can throw a house through a window. Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris doesn't check the time, he decides it. Dirty jokes. Why trick or treating is better than sex, you are guaranteed to get at least a little something in the sack. If you get tired, you can wait 10 minutes and go at it again. The uglier you look, the easier it is to get some. You don't have to keep in touch with the person who gives you some. 40 years from now, you'll still enjoy candy. If you don't like what you get, you can always go next door. It doesn't matter if the kids hear you moaning with pleasure. You can do the whole neighborhood